the stars are kind of to my left. McCaughan was fantastic. Competitive game. We took advantage of Seabold, at least in the first inning. I thought our bats were much better than they have been in the postseason, especially the last 2 or 3 games. So I give a lot of credit to Berge and to the offensive guys for committing to what we're trying to do. But nothing's going to be easy, especially at this time of year, and especially going through those guys. So they're always going to make a push. They're always going to make a run, and they did in the 9th. And Riv found a way to kind of wiggle his way out of it. But a highly competitive game in a good atmosphere, and it's one game. Like I told the guys, I said, turn off the phones. Don't talk about anything because we still have work to do. Enjoy this for a second, but get back on, recharge, and get ready for tomorrow.
All right. Well, questions, Mark.
During that first at bat of the game, took him through a lot of pitches, and a lot of times you'll hear players say that was good because we got to see everything that he threw. I mean, is that what happened in that event for him?
Yeah, I mean, he throws his fastball most of the time, so we already knew that. But it's just good to battle and compete, and then win the at bat to start off the game.
How much do you think that was a tone setter for that inning?
I thought it was a good start to the game. Make him throw a lot of pitches, let him know that we're here to battle.
Robert.
Coach, Vander Hooken was in here, and he, without exactly saying that, he says, because the video intimated that he was not happy with the balls and strikes. What did you think of the balls and strikes being called in that play tonight?
I thought that for the most part, the zone was fair on both ends. So, I thought Scott did a good job. I mean, hey, the bottom line is that didn't win or lose the game. I mean, and Hookie for sure has a stance. There's no doubt about it. I on the other hand, would rather focus on these guys and what they did in order to get out of innings. And if we got a little help, then there's a thing called karma too, because we've been on the other end of those things too. So the baseball game in itself kind of evens out, and I thought Scott's zone it was fine. I thought he didn't go east and west. He kept things pretty much on the plate, and you have to pitch the ball on the plate. If you want to chase in other directions, that's fine. Up and down, I was fine with it.
JJ.
David, I'm sorry. Can I get one more? Come on.
JJ.
Okay. Mac,
No problem.
another great day of player feel for you. What is it about this place that just brings out the best in you?
I mean, I think the fans are huge. We kind of build off them, but at the same time, you don't really make the game bigger than it is. You kind of let the fans do that, and I mean, they get all fired up, and it's a great atmosphere, and just you feed off that, and just stay with what you do.
Did you let yourself think at all today that it might be your last start here, or just being it towards the end of the season? Was it a little, trying to bring it back a little bit, slow it down?
Honestly, I didn't even think about that, but now that you bring it up, it's kind of cool that it could go out that way if that's what happens. But I mean, played a good team game and got to keep us in the ball game and keep it where it was.
Give you a lead like that, I know we've talked about it before. They seem to do it whenever you get on the mound. Just talk about how big that is.
I mean, it's huge. You see the other team, they start pressing a little bit, start swinging harder, trying to put balls out of the yard. And for the type of pitcher that I am, keep the ball down in the zone, get contact off of that, and kind of build off that. But the lead's huge. I mean, just feel the momentum on your side.
Robert.
David, did you guys get wind of the fact that Connor Seabold had went on the record saying, we just don't like those guys? It was something that happened in the last series, kind of tipped us off, but he didn't want to talk about it. But did you guys get wind of that at all?
No, nothing. We came out firing. We're ready to play. We're gonna attack them with the God. Whatever they say is what they say. But we're gonna stay within ourselves and not get emotional about things.
Jarren, top of the 6th inning, that little jam there, first and second went out. Get 2 strikeouts. Just talk about that, getting out of that jam, and then also, walking back to the dugout, soaking that moment in.
I mean, you kind of just got to get out of jam one pitch at a time, and started off just trying to put the guys on the ground, and then once I got to 2 strikes, just kind of made a good pitch and finished him on that one. So,
Mark.
David, Buck was talking about getting Chris through the ninth inning and a little bit of an adventure. What was it like from your standpoint, and what do you think settled it down?
My job is just to take care of the baseball, trying to keep it in front. Anything that throws in the dirt, just trying to keep it in front. I went out and talked to him, told him, hey, don't try to do anything too much here. Just be you and start the bat. That's all we needed him to do there. And then, he did, and he did his job, and was able to keep the ball in front, so it was good.
Banny, talk about Mac. I know you guys have been through a lot together, but that just looked like you were out there having practice in the bullpen.
We've been together for a while, so just being able to come out. I don't even know what game it is now together, but I know what he's gonna do, and we attack the game the same exact way. With Rico and the stuff that we have against these guys. But it's fun catching them because we're on the same page every single time.
Coach Buckley, talk a little about Luke Rasmussen. He's kind of struggled throughout the year. Seems to be having some good at basketball hits today. How far has he come, and how important could he be?
Yeah, he's been important all year. At the beginning of the year, he was one of our most productive guys when we kind of weren't firing all cylinders. And in the last probably week to 10 days, he has taken better at bats. And you got a veteran lineup. And Ras is the same thing. It's just staying loose in the biggest situations as possible, not trying to do too much. And I think that's kind of the message for all of them. And I think it was kind of on display. Tankus, kind of shaves the ball in the first inning and gets it up the middle. JD's at bat was huge. Those at bats where we're putting good together at bats and directing the ball without pulling off the ball and popping up and striking out a lot. That's going to tell you a lot about where guys are at and that moment that's going on. So I'm just really proud of them from the adjustments that they made from this past Monday and even Sunday a little bit to where they're at right now. And it's going to be no different tomorrow if it's Gavin or if it's Eastman or whoever they throw. Mark?
But you're up 3-0, then you had chances in a few innings after that to get a real breakthrough lead. I know how coaches are; they get anxious sometimes. What was your frame of mind?
I like the at bats, Mark. I thought the at bats were good. We directed the ball. We hit the ball for the most part. The quality at bats were just way better. We didn't have a lot fall for us today, but we certainly directed the ball, and they made the bat start. We were on time. We were committed. It looked like we knew what we were doing, right? And you would like to have this fall or that fall to give a little more breathing room. But I looked at the the Siebel's got a 2.58 ERA, I think, something like that. So this is not a fluke. He gives up roughly 2.58 earned runs a game. We happened to get 3 in the first inning. So if we were going to get more, we were going to have to earn some things, and I thought they did. We just didn't. It didn't show up on the scoreboard.
That first at bat he had.
Fantastic.
What does that do for the second hitter, the third hitter, the fourth hitter?
I just think it's just he laid off some pitches, he battled, he fouled pitches off, and he was here. And like he said, we're here. We're here. It's not going to be an easy fly ball out on the first pitch of the game, to try to settle our nerves, and we're going to try to jump on something. I thought he had a really key at bat for the environment to start off a very heavy adrenaline situation. Every first inning is always heavy adrenaline, and I think JD really slowed the game down and took a really good at bat.
JJ.
Buck, starter for tomorrow?
Don't know.
We know we talked earlier about the weekend. You said it based on game 1.
Yeah, it's going to be Smith or it's going to be Sheets. I got to talk to my group.
What did his performance today do for that plan going forward?
It's better being 0-1 or 1-0 than 0-1. So at some point we're going to put this thing, we're going to close the book on this one, and we're going to give us what's the best chance to win 1 out of 2 games that are in front of us based off the matchups. And we'll figure that out here shortly, and we'll commit to that, and so will they, and we'll go out and play.
Coach, how did Dave kind of recover this week from throwing 13 innings last weekend? How is he?
Oh, you'll find out when he pitches again, because his stuff was better on Monday night than it was on Friday night. He had more stuff, more velo. He was down in the zone more. So that these things are incremental, right? You may not see something right away, but down the road is where you start to see some things. So I think he'll be fine, you know, because he knows who he is, and he's the type of pitcher that kind of sinks it and slide it. It's not a big power guy. So my thought is he's going to be in a good place.